Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Factorio. Alright, so where we left off last time, we had gotten most of our automation all set up. We have our iron automated all set up right here. We have a decent amount of power going where we need it to go. And up here where the copper is, we got that all set up in the last episode. So what we are going to be doing next is we're going to be expanding our iron production, bringing our supply line down further. Now, I was planning on bringing it down here, but the only problem that I could see with that is we got quite a few resources right here, including some stone. But we also have a fairly large grouping of stone over here, so I don't think that should be too much of an issue. If it's really a problem in the future, then I guess there's a way we can probably fix that. But for now, I'm just going to have it running down here. So the way we're going to start this off is I think that we should probably get a few more of our electric mining drills so we can make sure that this is at peak efficiency. We don't really care too much about our copper right now. And then we'll run this down here, and then we'll create some red science. Hell, we're making so much coal we don't even need anymore. It's backed up. So, let's get some more... actually, we don't need this right now. What do we need for it again? We need to get some more iron plates, which I think we have plenty of. Yes, we do. Alright. 2 more of these should do the trick. A few more iron plates so we can create some more tracks. Like I said, once you get to this point, it gets so much more fun because you aren't stressing for supplies as much as you were in the very beginning. Trust me, you're still going to be stressing a hell of a lot for the supplies that you get, but you won't be stressing as much as you were. Okay, where is it? There they are. Alright, so we're going to put this right about here. Might not be at peak efficiency. Let's make sure we run this right here. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right here and right there. Might not be the most efficient way of doing it, but it works for what we need it to do right now. Run this right here and run that right there. Awesome. Let's power this up. Oh god, the problem with where to put the pole to make it work and make it still look alright. Alright, that's fine. And... really? That's too far? Alright. Nope, fuck it, we'll move the pole. Alright, the pole is gonna go right here, and then right... wait, does that need to be there? No, it does not. Alright. Now we're making more iron than I think we can actually process, so let's get some more smelteries going on here. And now the cool thing is that we get to make the other side, so now we're going to have to tunnel the coal underneath, but that is okay. That is a good problem to have when you have enough. Alright, now let's make 2 more of these, and boom, guys, looks like our iron is going to be, well, we're not going to need any more for a while, I guess we can say that much. Alright, well... all of our iron is much more efficient now. Eventually, we're going to make this entire thing taken up by these electric mining drills, which is going to get crazy. God, I'm not looking forward to when this eventually runs out. Okay, so the first thing that we really need to get is going to be this red science. Now, it takes 1 copper plate and 1 iron gear wheel, which is no problem. That is easy for us. So, let us run this down just a tad. Don't want to run it down with it just yet, so... alright. These are going to be able to keep running down here. Now, you don't want to continue... what you don't want to do is you don't want to actually split off your main line. What you want to do is you want to kind of have a splitter like this, and you want to continue your line going down here. So then you can split this off, and it can go over here. God. We gotta have more iron, man. We gotta get more iron. We don't have enough. So now what we're going to want to do is we'll just run this over here just a little bit. We want to make sure that we have enough room, but not too much. There's always room for improvements, and there's always room for fixing things in the beginning, so don't worry if you have to fix things and change them. Now, let's get 3 of these. It's good to start out with quite a few of them, just because, you know, it takes a little while to make these red sciences. So if you're able to keep it going, it's really handy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We want you to make gear wheels, please. Okay. Same with you, and same with you. Alright. This can continue going down here. Same with this one. And since we're going to be creating the red science, we'll create the red science over here. Let's go. Like I said, see, since we have 2 of these putting it in, this one cannot keep up with it, which is good. Means that we can have a good-sized stockpile in here. Then we could get a fast inserter, but we don't need to just yet. Alright, we need more. Yeah, of course we need more of these. Let's grab 2 more of these and 1 more of these. Because right here is where we're going to be splitting this. And it will be going. Where is... Oh, we gotta wait. Come on, come on. Awesome. Alright. Oh, okay, I didn't know it made it in groups of 2. Alright, good to know. Okay, so from here, not right there, from here we can split this. You know, we might as well just start this going down now. Let's make this go straight through here. And boom! Alright, now this is going down. Let's bring our electricity over to here. Too far. One right there. Okay, we'll put that there. That will go there. That will go there. 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 And there. Alright, so now that's putting it out. Now, there's a problem here, as you can clearly tell. Not clearly. What I want to do is I want to have 1 transport belt. I don't want to have 2 on either side. But this is right here. So, I guess, what can we do to fix that? Well, there's a few things. One, which probably isn't the most efficient, but I'm going to do regardless, is we're going to stop this right here. We're going to run this out a little right here. Run this down to about there. Nope. Make it go underneath. Then make it turn. Underneath again. Turn. And boom. Right there. Not the most efficient, I will admit, but it works. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have this come back on in itself, because I just want to make sure that everything is close together and we don't waste any space. We're going to make this come back over here, kind of snake it around, and like that. Then we can make some red science over here, and I'm thinking that over here is where we're going to be doing our science in the beginning. Alright, this is gonna go right about, not right there. It's good to have space in between these, and right there is perfect. Okay. Boom, boom, and boom. And then boom, our red science is gonna be popping out right over here. Alright, we need to make a boatload of these. Let's run our electricity over here before we even begin. There we go. 1 right there. 1 right there. 1 right there. And boom, just enough. Perfect. You know what? Science is gonna go right here for now, because we don't need a lot of room, because we don't have a lot of science. At least science labs. These things are not cheap to make. And then it grabs it, and boom, we're working on military. Hell yeah. Pardon me, I also have a water right next to me. Alright, so now that we're working on red science, I guess the best thing that we should probably start working on now is defenses, because as you can tell on the map, we're starting to get in a little bit more of a red zone, which means that our pollution output is getting a little bit more heavy over time. And as you could assume, that's not very good. And funny enough, we're going to actually need to get more iron coming out. We don't have enough really being pushed out. Do we have enough? Yeah, no, we actually could use more iron coming out. Jesus. Alright, pick more of this up. Well, wait for those to get set up. There's another thing that we can make very soon, but I've been holding off, is the radar. Now, the radar is really handy because it allows you to uncover more of the map over time without actually having to explore it yourself. The only danger that comes with that I believe, is you actually become more of a target from the little creatures of the planet. It's not something that you really want to have happen to you, because once they start to attack you, they do not stop. They are relentless hunters. They will continue to go after you until you are dead. And the thing I didn't mention is there's an evolution factor in the game, which I don't believe shows. But you'll know when it happens, because the biters, they'll get bigger. There'll be more of them, and there'll be different types. Damn, that was quick. See what I mean? This is awesome. We can automate everything now. So we're going to start going for the things that only have red science until red science is gone. Once all the red science is gone, then we're going to start going for the green science. So there's red, green, blue, and purple, I believe it is. Let's see if we can find an example of purple. Right there, purple. Which, it's a bastard to get green. It's a mega bitch to get blue. And purple, well, purple's actually kind of depressingly simple. We're going to go for some armor, though. Okay. You know what? We haven't been very attractive with this the entire series so far. Might as well, I guess. No, why? Why must it be so unattractive? Why must I be so uncoordinated with this? You know what? I actually have an idea, too, for the factories. This is something that I saw someone else do, so I can't take credit for what I'm about to do, but it's actually really cool looking. Wow, that was quick. Let's go on stone walls. Then again, the research is only 10, so it's really quick. What I'm about to do is... I'm sorry I'm going to do this to you guys, but I gotta... Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right there, that right there. But I'm gonna go for more of them. Let's go for about 4. 4 is a good number right now. Actually, fuck it, we'll go with 6. Okay, they're not done yet, but just look at them. They're starting to get restless. If I get any closer, I'm going to be in a dangerous, dangerous location. Now, the hives don't attack. The creatures do, and those worms are deadly. They will destroy you if you're not careful. Alright, so most of them finally finished. So I believe it goes something like this. 2, 2. Oopsie. 2, 2, and then 2, 2. Then we run this around it. Might not be the best use of conveyors, but what happens is you have it running all the way around, so you have it always going around, which means if it misses on the first go, it will always get it on the second go or the third go, or etc. Which I mean is, it's hard to explain, I guess, but you'll always have science circulating, and if you need to expand this, it's really easy to. Now let's just have that feeding in right through there. We might want to expand our science in a little bit, so... Perfect. Alright, awesome. Let's just put 10 in there, 10 in there. Alright, we're not quite finished yet. Now we just need to power it. And also put some inserters on there. I was gonna say grabby things. Gotta put some grabby things on there. Oh, God, why must I be so bad? I don't even care anymore at this point. You know, we're not making enough iron. You see, we're getting enough, but what I'd like to have it do is I'd like to have it back up completely. Once it backs up, then you know you're having an overabundance, which is good. It's good to have more than less. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Perfect! Alright, now we have our science completely automated, and we have quite a bit of it going on. Trying to think now. Right, okay, we're working on stone walls. Let's run this down just a little bit more so we can get it away from the craziness. Okay. Now we can work on steel processing. What does that unlock? Ooh, solar energy. I'd love to go with solar energy later on because it reduces your pollution and you can have so many of them to the point where you can eventually power up batteries where you can get rid of any other form of power. The only problem is that when you're attacked, your massive solar farms go down very quickly. Alright, lasers, why not? Or, no, logistics takes it and turrets, that is helpful. We really could use some turrets. Alright, get a few more of these. We could use some stone, so let's grab some more. We'll start off with only 2 furnaces because we don't need to make walls incredibly quickly, but they will be helpful in the future. Alright, where did we put... God damn it. I thought I already made the iron chest. Son of a... oh, right, I did. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm dumb. Alright, there we go. Now let's power this bitch up. Let's just run this straight from over here, might as well. Well, it's a little bit of a mess, but at least it's a good-looking mess. I'm sorry, guys, but your output is about to go to... Yep, your output's at 0 now. Alright. It's okay. I got this. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. Alright. How is our energy output now? Okay, we're doing better. Oh, wow. That was quick. Alright, then. Wow. What else can we go for? So we can go for automation 2, which... Wow. Alright. Allows us to get the assembling machine Mark II, which is what we're going to need for green science. Oh, man. We're going so quickly through all the red science that... Oh, no. We're going to be getting to green science really, really soon. Oh, okay. No, plenty. Okay. Well, ooh. This looks nice. Alright, I guess that's the steel armor. Alright, let's see how quickly this goes. God, I love this system because it continues to have it circulating through. It's really, really handy and nice. I like that a lot. Alright, what else do we need to work on? Let me think for just a moment. I guess what we might want to start to do is crafting those walls. Which is going to be really annoying, but what we're going to do is we're going to run it down to here, then run it down to here to start off. Or we might not even have to go for walls. What I might just end up doing is putting turrets sporadically placed in certain areas. Where are the turrets? There's a gun turret right there. Let's get a lot more iron. We could use a hell of a lot more. Okay, we're just going to run it like that. That's all we really need to do, and we don't need a lot because we're not going to be needing a ton of these. So we'll just get 2 of these. We're going to continue to run this down parallel to that. God, so much automation to be done, but look at this, guys. Our factory's starting to be actually something pretty badass looking. Now... I don't want to run this too far down, and once we get to green science, oh god. The green science is what I'm truly dreading right now, because it takes so long. I'm not going to be doing that in this video, but when I do green science, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a time-lapse of me setting it up, because good lord, it takes forever to set up. And let's place this chest right here. And we don't need a ton, so we're just going to place the max at right there. Now these biters, oh wow, there's going to be more over here as well. Looks like a little colony has also been set up. Let's go take a little peek at these ones, see if they're going to be giving us any trouble. Yeah, that could give us some issues in the future. I'm not looking forward to having to fight that. God. Alright, so I'm gonna put the turrets in the most vulnerable positions. 2 turrets per set, so when one runs out of ammo, the other should still have some. And the turrets will go right about here. And I'm going to separate them like that. And let's get a chest and put that right here. Okay, let's run the power out to here. We don't have any ammo to put in there just yet, but that is okay. 1, 2, 3. And now I don't think we need to power these turrets. No, we do not. Alright. Now these guys should have been hard at work at... Yes, they have been. Beautiful. Now we'll just put these puppies right on in here. And boom. Perfect. Now this flank should be fairly well protected. The big one is up by my copper mine. I'm a little worried about that because that's out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, God, so many trees that we're going to have to clear in the near future. I don't want to have to do that, but we have to anyway. Come on, grab it. There we go, one right there. And then one right there. Not the most pretty system, but then again, what have I created so far that actually is attractive? Alright. And let's grab 2 more inserters. Oh, seriously? Okay, fine. Alright, how is our output? Okay, we're doing a hell of a lot better on our output. We're actually getting in the green, which is really good. Everything is going to be at its max peak. Awesome. Alright, well, I believe I have actually unfortunately run out of time for today's video. We're almost going over 45 minutes, but we'll probably chop that down to about 20 to 15 minutes. Show you only the good, fun parts, but... Well, guys and gals, we actually have a fairly decent factory going on here. It will, of course, be fixed and changed in the future, but we actually have a little defense system here. In the next episode, we're going to be setting walls up, and we're going to be setting turrets up around the perimeter. This is not going to be fun to protect, though. I remember in the beginning I said, oh, this is going to be suck. Everything is going to be stretched thin, but I know that the creatures do prioritize buildings, or different kinds of buildings. So that will be fun to have to protect against, and maybe in the next episode we might lead a little crusade over to them. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching my video today. As you know, I am Black Lithium, and I will catch all of you, ladies and gents, next time.